Hello everyone, welcome to the FSK podcast number 1. Today we're joined by 3 other guests. We're joined by the one and only Suave Jamie. How are you feeling?
Grand, yeah.
We're joined by VeX MattyD. How are you doing?
Alright lads, how you staying?
And the 4th guest of the show, the one and only MajorKoba. How are you doing?
How's things, lads?
Yeah, so we're all here today, the first podcast. So it's going to be a fun time. How are we all doing, lads? What are we saying?
Yeah, it's exciting, isn't it? First little podcast, isn't it? You know, just sort of different.
Yeah.
Not many people do this in the UFC community, do they? So it's a little bit of fun. I'm sure it'll get a few views.
I mean, you have one camp of Muppets who say they're going to do it all the time, but they don't do anything. They just post stuff and say they're going to do it, but don't do anything. So, but yeah, we've got some questions. Yeah, we've got some questions. We've got some mini games that we're going to do today, so it should be a fun one. So, without further ado, should we just get into the first question? So, question number 1 is, what is everyone's thoughts on the upcoming ESFL season and goals for our respective teams? Obviously with this one we have MattyD representing VeX, which is a partner team for FSD, and we have MajorKoba and Jamie who are both going to represent an FSD with me. Matty, we'll start with you. What are your thoughts on VeX in this upcoming season, and who do you think you're up against really?
Well, VeX is it's really grown as a team, especially since the merger with FSK. You know, obviously we've got Jamie Bucks, we've got Zane, we've got obviously the leader Grains, and I'm excited to be a part of that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm not really biggest fan of how the season panned out. I think that you shouldn't have to rely on other people in order to get to where you want to be in the game. But with that being said, it kind of takes some of that pressure off, doesn't it? Like, at the end of the day, you can win and you won't get rewarded for it, and you can lose, but you will get rewarded for it. So it means that we can just get in there and have some fun, can't we? I think some of our biggest rivals might be maybe BFAP and EK potentially. Maybe slide Kane in there a bit. I would like to fight some of the top people from them camps. Like, I'd like to fight Trixie, I'd like to fight Zayaf, I'd like to fight all of them, because last season I think that I kind of got put off short a little bit. I was just starting to make it to the top, and then the season ends. That's no fault of my own. I just couldn't really compete an awful lot. But I am looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to going against other teams and fighting some of the top players.
So where do you think VeX is targeting? Are you going for second place? Because obviously we all know who's first.
I mean, we're all for now. We're always going to gun for first, aren't we? Like, there's no harm in trying, is there? Like, obviously FSD are absolutely phenomenal. EK are phenomenal. KM are phenomenal. BFAP are phenomenal. You've got all of these great teams that, pardon me. It's a bit of fun going in there competing against them, innit? Like, challenge yourself a bit and just see if we can rise to the occasion. But I think we're kind of the dark horses of next season as a team. I don't think many people really realise. I think people are thinking it's going to be FSD versus EK and BFAP really, but I think we are the dark horses, and I think, in all honesty, we can confidently beat BFAP and EK in a go of 3 or 4, or 3 or 5 even. Aye.
I mean, one thing that you didn't say as well, you named yourself, you named Zane, you named Bucks and Grains, but you've also got Bossman in there, you've also got Hookery in there, you've also got Pabs as well. He was looking sharp in prime time the other day. I mean, like, the VeX roster is quite an underrated dark horse in it, so it should be a fun one to watch in the upcoming season. But Jamie, obviously,
definitely.
Yeah, Jamie with FSD. Obviously, we've got, I mean, basically the best players in the community. Who do you think is going to pose us the most challenges, really, or is there going to be no challenges at all? It's just going to be squad wipe easy, victory royale.
A squad wipe easy. Yeah, you've got to have that confidence. No, but I think FSD will be probably the top dogs. They'll be the favourites to win when I say that, but you've got to rise to the occasion. What I do like, though, about this season is, before it was a case of, you've got a competitor role or you don't. But like you were saying there, you've got Hughery and Bossman and Pabs, who's just recently came onto the scene. It's given them lads a chance in the big show. It's given them a chance to compete against the top, and I think that can really only benefit them as a player. But it's a good experience in it. Like, before they were knocking on the doors, like trying to get the sets with the scouts and that, like saying, "Come on, give us a shot, give us a shot, give us a shot." And then, in my opinion, there were some people who were let in who really shouldn't have been let in over them. But it just kind of gives them a chance, and they're obviously competing alongside some other great players who have already established themselves. So I do like that about the season, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they do in the first big league fights, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. This one's for Jamie. So I mean, obviously with the upcoming season, we got Ash in FSD, we got Fad in FSD, we got yourself, we got Holloway. I mean, is there anyone in the game you can pose a challenge to that, or is it just no competition for it? Hello, Jamie. Yeah.
Oh, Mike was on mute. Apologies. Yeah, I think it can in a best of three, but I still believe that we have the better chance of winning it. But anything can happen, like I said, in the best of three with the likes of Trixie and ZF being really good, and as well as Dirty Dave. I'd say he's probably he has the least chance or out of the kind of them three to get a win versus whether it be me, Fad, Ash, Sean, fucking Jay, Peace, Kez, you, whatever it is. But so I think maybe Trixie and ZF could scrape 2 wins if all went right. But at the same time, I still think they would have more of a chance of losing. But when it gets to the playoffs and it turns to a best of five, obviously 5 players on each team, I think we'll be able to smoke everyone because then they'll have to start weakening the kind of their roster. I'd say anyways, because I don't think Jakey's as strong of a player as the likes of Dave is, or the even in EK. I don't think let's say for example, like if they had to go to like EK elitist or someone like that, I don't think he's as strong as the likes of Dab, JC, and Max. So I think that but with us, whether it's a best of three or a best of five, our players are all as good as each other.
I'd say that's the one thing we have really over other teams. We can name 3 people each week and they'll all be as good as each other, and they'll be able to win comfortably, you should think. But if you look at teams like BFAT, the top 2 is Zayaf and Trixie, and then the third one probably Dave or Deco. But if you then start adding some of the other members in, it is significantly weaker than what it would be with like Zayaf and Trixie. But I say with FSD, you have 5 or 6 people who all can interchange with each other and is as strong as each other. Obviously Koba, I mean, I think you'll definitely compete one season. We want to get you on there. A lot of people don't know about you, they haven't really seen you fight, but from what I've noticed from having you calling me at times, very smart, very intelligent. Looking at other fighters, who's like an upcoming camp in there that you think might do well this season?
Well, that's kind of the thing. I think this season there's a lot of unanswered questions I'm looking forward to. Stuff like who will be kind of the dark horse camp. Everyone's looking at EK versus FSD is kind of the City versus Liverpool kind of the upcoming season. But I think it's VeX. I think you've got to look at VeX as kind of the dark horse camp through this whole season. People in there like Matty, Hookery, the new Pap, stuff like that. So I think they'll be able to take it to people like Trixie, Dave, and Zoyaf and BFAP, or Bang Bang and that from B3, whoever they come up against. I don't see VeX losing that many fights this season.
Yeah, I mean, without further ado, let's get into the first game of the evening. So this one is going to be named the ESFL record. So I'll pop it up on screen now, a little graphic that we'll read out to you. It is just a second this time. There we go. So in this game, Ricardo and myself will name an ESFL competitor from season 3. The aim for the contestant will be to name the competitor's wins and losses from that season. If the contestant names the wins and losses correctly, they will get 1 point. If they get it incorrect, they will lose a point. The 2 contestants with the highest points will play in a head-to-head in the finale. Obviously for this one as well, there is a 1 minute timer, so you have got 1 minute to name it all. All of us will all watch ESFL, we'll all take note of it, so we should all have good knowledge. So the way how, you just shout your name, the first person to shout the name will be the one who answers it, and then you have a minute to do it from me counting down on a timer. So are you ready for the first one of the evening, lads?
Let's go. Come on.
Yeah.
Right then. So number 1 is gonna be Keza. Come on, someone's got to take a gamble here.
Yes, Matty.
Matter? Right then. If you give me 1 second to get a timer up.
I get the timer. He's had so many fights, so hasn't he?
Wait, no, wait a minute. Is this for anyone?
No, Matty said yes now,
Yeah.
so Matty has to answer.
nearly
I've said yes. No, you're too late, Jamie. I'm guarded.
What?
Fucking blind
You gotta
again.
buzz in
Put it in
quicker
the
than that,
Discord
Jamie.
yesterday because he was bragging about it.
Right then.
He's a wuss, yeah. At least I'm taking a gamble. I don't
I'd
fucking
be
watch
Mike on you,
ESFL every
like,
I don't
week.
even know what
was
his
as
record
well.
was. Never mind who it was. I know it was like, was it like 7-4 or something? What was his record?
Righty, so Kez's record from
8-6.
last season was 8-6.
Nice.
So you have a minute starting from now.
All right. Can I just say them in any order, yeah? So
Yeah, any
losses. I know he lost to KM Prod, Ricardo.
It's harder than
Bottling
you
this
think.
already. All right, wins. Slick.
Yeah.
Noetta, twice.
Yeah. You've got 30 seconds left.
Ginger, he beat Ginger.
Yeah.
Webcam, but he beat Webcam once, he lost to Webcam once.
Yeah.
How many more have I got?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've got 5 more. 6 more actually.
Fuck. Lost to Dom,
3,
Yoda,
2,
even.
1. There,
no.
your time's up. So Matty, you're now on -1. So I'll pop it up on screen now for you to see. So there is it. Wins Oisine, Noetta twice, B3 Leaks, Ginger, Webcam, Slick and Dana, and he lost to Dana, Webcam, Yada, Dave, myself and Prod. So with that one there, I mean, it's a lot harder than you think when you put on the spot like that. Obviously,
It's just the fact that there was so many. Like, I think he had the most fights that season, didn't he? He had 14.
I think it was actually Zayah, but Keza was up there on the real, out of all the people only fighting on one console. Righty then, so the next one is going to be mix-ups.
Yes.
That was Matty first again. So I'll pop it up on screen for you. 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, he went 4-0. He beat Satch.
Yeah.
Deaglefly.
Yeah.
Webcam.
Yeah.
And Buckle.
Yeah, there's 1 point from Matty. So now
Back
you're
to neutral.
broke even. I'll pop it up on some screen. You literally said it anyway.
I have the memory for this.
Well, yeah, there you go. There's Mix-Up's record.
I only know that because he took me.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Forgotten that he fought Satch or anything.
No, I remember Satch one because Mix-Up spinning elbowed him and then ran in with a flying knee with like Charles Oliveira or someone, and Satch was complaining about it, so I remember that one. The next one, it's a tough one. It is a very tough one. But yeah, so the next one is going to be Yada.
Oh, shit.
He was like 1 positive and 1 negative.
He was 7-6.
Oh, so you have to name off who he beat and who he lost to?
Yeah.
These are the rules, Jamie.
Yeah, for some reason I thought you had to name the record and who he beat and who he lost to.
So are you going, Jamie, or are you still on the? Or is it still in the play?
Yeah, no, I'll take it.
Right, so this one goes to Jamie. So, in 3, 2, 1, go.
He lost to Hammer. He beat Kez. He lost to Trixie twice.
Yeah.
He beat Dirty Dave twice.
Yeah.
He beat Webcam.
Yeah.
He beat Danny.
Yeah.
Uh,
You've got 2 wins and 3 losses, and you're on 35 seconds left.
yeah, I'm in the mud here. Why does this cunt have so many fights?
One was from the first fight.
I'll give you a little hint to help you out here, Jamie. I know you're contesting against us, but one of your old mates.
No.
Kimbo Slice.
But, I don't even know.
I'll pop it up on screen now. You got 5 seconds
One
left.
of the people who he lost to went on to fight Fad and title eliminator.
Time's up anyway, but I'll pop it up on screen for you now. So there you go. His wins with Danny, so you got that one right. You got the Keza one right. You got the webcam one right.
I thought Max, but I was like, no, he did not play Max. I completely forgot.
That was the Kimbo Slice mirror.
That was the Mick Kimbo mirror, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then he fought Poe in a.
I was trying to hint Dab to you.
Oh yeah.
I had to message Kez for this one.
Didn't Dab win that fight and then he fought Fad and then Fad went on to beat Trixie. Yeah.
I forgot he lost to Zoya. Yeah, because the season was split in 2, so it was kind of confusing.
Yeah, so there you go. That's a minus
I
one.
can't remember anything from that first half, really, to be honest with you, because I wasn't even in the ESFL in the first half, so I didn't even bother watching it.
Righty then. So the next one is going to be BFAP. Yeah, BFAP Jakey. The next one's going to be. He was 3-4. So if anyone from there, yep, anyone.
Yes.
Confident on that, you.
I'm not at all, but go on. Tell us when you start the timer.
3, 2, 1, go.
Right, lost. Ricardo.
Yep. He's bottled.
One of them you're not getting.
Did he lost to JC?
Yeah.
Oh, you got them.
Another Rike brother. That was probably too much of an obvious clue.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Did he lose to Dave?
No, he didn't lose to Dev. You've not said any of his wins yet.
You are so.
Win over Satch.
Yeah, he beat Satch.
Win over EK Issues.
Nope.
Fuck.
I kind of messed up with the timer, so you've only got 30 seconds left. So you got more time than you should have.
I've still got time. I'm still not going to do it.
You've got 2 wins left and 3 losses.
Forfeit. I give up.
Forfeit? Wow.
I gamble with this.
Trixie one of them?
Trixie, no. It's on screen now for you. So his wins was Jamie Bucks, Broomstick and Satch, and his losses were Webcam, me, Danica,
I would have never
and
gotten them losses.
I wouldn't have get them losses if I'd continued going.
I'd say the wins were harder. You got one of them as well.
Yeah, they were both hard. That's the thing. You know, Jakey's fights, he aren't the highest up the card. So.
Prelims.
Yeah.
Righty then.
No, I need Jakey slander. Jakey's the goat.
Yeah. Moxie bought you a beer at London.
Yeah, exactly.
Alrighty. So the next one is going to be FSD Ricardo.
I'll take it.
Oh, right then. So your minute timer starts now. It's 4-1 as well, by the way.
Yeah. You lost to Noeta.
Yeah.
You beat Keza.
Yeah.
You beat Jakey.
Yeah.
I know exactly what one he's going to get stuck on.
Yeah, I'm completely stumped already. Did you beat Danny, maybe?
Nah, I never fought Danny.
Oh.
You so booked though, weren't you?
No.
Sweet.
You got two. You got two more. Oh shit! Messed up with the timer again.
To be fair, I only know one of them.
Oh,
One
no,
of
was
the
it
other ones.
Haroon maybe?
Haroon, did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got one left.
I knew he was gonna get stuck on this one.
Who was the second fight? Wasn't Satch or something?
It was a Robert
He's having a
Whittaker
right
winner,
issue
if
with
that
this.
helps.
I'm panicking, I'm trying to remember.
Matty's just gave you the biggest clue you can have.
I didn't even hear him.
Not saying it again. You should have been listening.
Well, I was thinking in my head.
Yeah, 10 seconds left.
Trying to remember.
5,
Jamie, you're having such a mental issue.
3, 2, 1.
Who remembers EK issues? Fuck off.
Wasn't that one of your title defences?
Me? No.
No? Ah. Nah, I thought you thought, so you might remember them. But yeah, EK issues Robert Whittaker though.
I tried to help you, Jamie. I tried to help you.
Yeah.
I meant to be against you.
He went to this
I
one
said it
like.
twice.
He's done you. Absolutely done you. So what's that? Jamie's on -2 now. I thought he was going to get that one,
didn't
easy.
he? Oh, no, he didn't.
Question. So
Reese
then,
is just staying quiet and hoping we all lose, isn't he?
Yeah.
you know what? He's in the
Lads, to be
finale
honest, I
now.
don't have a fucking clue about anyone's record.
He's just gonna sit there and go 0 and he's gonna win because we're gambling.
I don't like dwelling in the past. You move on from your record.
Right. So there's now
Yeah, but-
one left, and I remember this one, but it's just if you used to. So the final one is going to be ICB Optics.
Yes.
Oh. Righty then, so your timer starts.
No matter
on
what,
3,
no matter
2,
who that was, I would
1.
have said yes because
Go.
I need to win.
Go.
Right. Lost to M-Town.
Yeah.
Win over Satch.
Yeah.
Lost to Skitch. Lost
Yeah.
to Peace. Win over the Pug.
Yeah. One more.
I'm missing one loss.
Yeah.
Lost to Free Peace.
Oh, I got it as well.
Good from you.
Well done there.
The 3-piece one was the most obvious one because of like the outrage it caused, because it was almost going to get cut off that one as well. But yeah, so after that one we now have Reese finished on 0 because he didn't answer a question. Smart, he's now through for the finale. We have Jamie finished on -2, so he's out of the finale. It's now going to be against Reese and Matty in the finale, and Matty finished on 0. He broke even.
I class that as a mental win though, because I answered the most and I still came 0.
Yeah. To be fair, yeah, I'll give you
Same
the
amount of
advantage.
points as me. We put in the same amount of work.
Season ended, I would have got every single one of them.
It's like the equivalent of going on benefits and working minimum wage, innit?
Yeah.
It's hard though, to be fair. Me and Kez was doing it in the party the other day, and we was like we was doing them like quite easy, but not easy. Like it was coming out quite easy, but when you're under pressure, you absolutely fumble. But then after that, let's get into the next question of the show. So this one is: if you could go back in time and watch a fighter in their prime, who would it be and why? This can be from boxing, it can be from MMA. So if it's like before your time and you completely missed them, who would it be and why? We'll start off with Jamie.
Probably like Mike Tyson or Croker.
Mike Tyson. That'd be my answer as well. Matthew, how about you?
I'll answer for boxing and MMA because that's really the only two sports I fucking watch these days. For boxing, it would have to be Lennox Lewis because, in my opinion, he's one of the greatest heavyweights to ever do it, and he was, British as well. If I could pay any amount of money, I would go back and sit ringside of him and Vitaly Klitschko, I reckon. But for MMA, it would have to be Michael Bisping because the first UFC card I ever watched was UFC 217, and I was a fan of him then.
You watched?
And that was the first UFC card I watched. Full thing.
Yeah, casual you.
I've only been following the sport since when was that? 2017.
I think it might have been 18.
I think 2017, 2018. Oh yeah, but after that, I was like, right, this cunt's got hard, hasn't he? So I was just gone. Like, I went back and watched a load of his old fights, and they were exciting because he would get hit, he would get rocked, he would get taken down, but then he would like keep going with the volume and all that. Just the amount of heart. I think being ringside to some of them fights and just watching them live, I reckon it would be an absolute like roller coaster of emotions. I reckon from a British fan.
Reese, what about you? If you could go back and watch one person, who would it be?
I'm not really too sure about MMA. MMA, I think. Like I was there for Connor, so I suppose GSP maybe Silva. Like obviously I've seen their fights since, but to actually watch them go on those incredible runs and that would have been something to see. And then boxing, I think it's got to be Sugar Ray Robinson.
Why Sugar Ray
What
Robinson?
about you, Harry?
Of his fights.
If it's MMA, it either has to be Silva or Jones, purely because like I'd probably go Jones because like Jones was like stopping like the best people in the world in boxing. I'd prefer to go back and watch this person over Jones, but it'd be like Mike Tyson. Because like whenever you hear from people from like the older generation, it's always about like Mike Tyson now, like sick he was and that. So I just love to go back and watch Mike Tyson just go and absolutely kill people because he was like violent on another level.
I think with like them goats and that, it would be interesting just to go back because you know how you're seeing like, how you're seeing now Israel Adesanya, he's getting a load of stick for making boring fights and that.
Yeah.
GSP and Silva, they all went through that phase, didn't they?
Yeah.
So I think it would be interesting to go back and see the narratives from the fan base then, and then knowing what we think of them now. We view them as the GOATs, but as right now, everyone just laughs at the idea of Israel being considered an all-time GOAT because he decided to state range and leg kick, one of the hardest hitters in middleweight history. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, if you like, I think the Silver one, like he had the fight with Damian Maia in like Abu Dhabi or something, where he just stood there and like there was a couple more of them where he done that, and like GSP just
Dollars ladies, wasn't
yeah,
it?
he just doubled like people for 5 rounds and just sat on top. So like even though they're known as legends now, like your reputation of them might be different if you went back in time. You just like fought to win. But without further ado, let's go into the next game. This game is going to include MajorKoba and Mata. So in this one, I'll pop it up on screen now so you can see. But basically, I will name a UFC fighter, and then so I'll ask one of you a question first. So like, let's say it was Conor McGregor and I went to Mata. Matty, how many of Conor McGregor's recent fights can you name? And then he has to do them in order from the most recent one to the last one he said he could name. So let's say went for Conor McGregor, I can name 4. I'd then ask Reese a question. Do you want Matty to name the 4, or can you name 5? If he says 5, then it's like the same question put on Matty. If then Matty goes, you know what, name 5, and Reese names all 5, he gets the point. If he doesn't name all 5, Matty then gets the point. So we have 5 UFC fighters up here now. So the first one, I don't actually have any graphics to put on screen for this one, but you can go off it. So the first one, and we'll go to Matty on this one. Israel Adesanya, from his last fight in order to the most recent, to the last one you can name. How many of Adesanya's fights can you name?
In order from most recent now.
Yeah.
Jared Cannonier.
No. You just have to say a number. You just have to say a number. Like you just have to say like you can name 5 of his last fights, and then you'll name.
Can I have a second to count them in the head? Yeah.
I mean, as long as you don't take too long. Go on. How many can you name? On the spot.
How many fights has he had in the UFC? Am I allowed to ask that?
About 9 or something like that. I don't know.
Alright, I reckon I could name all of them.
I mean, Kobe, you just let him have
ahead.
that one. Yeah.
Yeah, like go ahead, lad.
Right, so he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 fights, and I will get a minute time up for you now, and you have to name them all. If you don't name them all, Reese gets the point. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Jared Cannonier, Robert Whittaker, Marvin Vettori, Jan Blachowicz, Paulo Costa, Yoel Romero, Robert Whittaker, Kelvin Gastelum, Anderson Silva, Derek Brunson.
Oh, he's bottling it.
Brad Tavares.
Yeah. Team up. Fair play for you.
Marvin
This.
Vittori, Rob Wilkinson.
Oh, he's actually done you as well.
Fair
Yeah,
enough, fair
that
enough.
that is it. That is he's fair play.
Fair play indeed.
Yeah. So I didn't expect you to do that, I'll be honest with you. You do realise you can start at a low number and then like put Reese and then, because he'll have to, let's say you say 4, Reese scores 5, and then you can say name 5 instead of just going all out.
All or nothing, innit?
Right then. So next one is Charles Oliveira, so Reese will put this one on for you first.
Oh fuck, can't wait, give me a second.
Hey, don't be looking on your phone at these results here because we
I'm
can't
not
see it.
thinking. I'm fucking thinking. 5.
5. Matty, can you name his 6 most recent fights? You have to be quick, come on. Can you? 6 or do
Wait,
you
so
want?
wait, I name them now, or just...
So you
No,
can you can
say
you,
yes or no. You can name 6.
can you name 6 or do you
yeah,
want?
yeah, I reckon I can do 6, aye.
Reese, can you do 7?
No, I'll let him do 6.
Alright, give me a second, Matty.
This is going to be a problem because he went on that streak of beating a load of nobodies, didn't he? So I can't really remember the order of the nobodies.
Yeah, that's the issue. So I didn't take the gamble.
Well, by the nobodies, I mean the 40-year-old people who have been around for ages.
Nobody's. You can say nobody's.
Yeah. I'm trying to be respectful, am I?
Fuck
One
it.
sec. Thing is though, I can't do it off the top of my head, so I need him there. And the app that I'm using is just not loading.
Just use Wikipedia.
Right. There we go, there we go. Wikipedia.
If you go on Wiki and then click MMA record, you can scroll back through all the fights.
On there you'd see a win over Andrew Tate. It isn't the most credible, really, is it?
No, it's credible when it comes to MMA.
Right, so how many is it you said you could name? 6?
I said
Yeah.
6, he said
3,
5.
2, 1, go.
So I'm naming 6, yeah.
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 Right. Justin Gaethje,
Yeah.
Dustin Poirier,
Yeah.
Michael Chandler,
Yeah.
Tony Ferguson,
Yeah.
Kevin Lee,
Yeah.
Jared Gordon.
How? Nah, you're cheating, you. I mean, you got it. Yeah. How do you remember Jared Gordon?
I'm going to put my hands here so you can see him.
Righty then. So on the next one, oh Matty, you're gonna do this one either. Better the Matty, for you this one.
Right.
Go on. How many? Quick. Number now.
7.
7. Reese, do you wanna go 8? Come on.
No, I cannot name 8. Fucking hell.
I don't know. I can name 7. He was just pushing the time. He was just saying like, quick.
Go on, Matty. Do you want 7? 3, 2, 1, go.
Right. Aljo, the second one. Corey Sandhagen, Aljo the first one. Jose Aldo, Uriah Faber.
Yeah.
A nice name. Why is it escaping us? Jimmy Rivera.
Yeah.
John Dodson.
Yeah. He's got it right again.
Fucking hell.
Smashed it.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, Matty's.
Lost after fucking Rivera.
I mean, Matty's actually won it now, but we can carry on just for this. Yeah, so. So this one.
Fucking won it.
So this one you have Marlon Vera. So Matty, how many can you name on Marlon Vera? Quick, come on.
7.
7.
No,
Reese?
I can't do 7. Fucking hell. No, I would.
Matty, right, so you have to name 7 now.
Dominic Cruz.
Yeah.
Rob Font.
Yeah.
Robert Edgar.
Yeah.
Davey Grant, the second one.
Yeah.
Jose Aldo.
Yeah.
Sean O'Malley.
Yeah.
Song Yadong.
Yeah. Oh, you have to lose here. You have 30 seconds.
I've just said 7.
You named them.
Oh yeah, I just can't do maths yet. Well done. Point again.
Fuck's sake.
Lad, you wasn't getting that
This is
eighth one.
becoming-
It was Andrea Ewell. You wasn't getting him.
You know what? I knew we fought Andrew Newell, but I think I was gonna say I don't know who I was gonna say. I had a name in my head. Oh, I think I was gonna say Brad Pickett, but that was years ago
Yeah,
now.
that was. Reese, Marvin Vittora. Hang on, we'll do Jamie versus Matty in this one, seeing as Reese didn't do much of a whole.
Yeah.
Jamie,
Oh,
how
come
many?
on,
This one's ironic, but Jamie, how many of Marvin Vittora's last fights can you name?
Oh, so you bring me in first. Should I make a fool?
Mate, you're an absolute spitting image of Marvin Vittori. I'm sorry, you are.
Go on, Jamie, how can you name? Quick, come on.
I'm just gonna go with like 6, I think.
6, Matty.
7 then.
Jamie, can you do 8?
Go on, Jamie, say 8.
Come on, come on.
No, because there's one name that's escaping me.
Right, Matty, do you want? Wait, so how many was it? 7? You said you could name?
I said 7. Aye.
Right then.
But Jamie, did you say 6? Because I said one more than what you says. Aye.
Right, 3,
So
2,
seven.
1, go.
Paulo Costa,
Yeah,
Israel Adesanya,
yeah,
Kevin Holland,
yeah,
Jack Manson,
yeah.
fucking fumbler. Oh, the undefeated champion realises some adversity. Oh,
You may as well
what's
fall
his
through.
name? Carl Robertson.
It's right, but I'm just. How do you get that?
Omari Akhmedov.
No, it was Andrew Sanchez. You got it wrong. Jamie gets more.
Yeah, that was the name that escaped me. What's it called? Robertson.
Yeah. Well, that was the one in
Alexander
the
remembering,
Apex.
because there was that beef between them where they were like fighting
Yeah, in the
backstage,
Apex.
and then Vittori just went absolutely mental when he choked him out.
Yeah. Started doing his own little raw, didn't he? Right, yeah.
Screaming.
I mean, fair play to Matty on that one. I don't think anyone
Yeah, that
thought.
was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, that was stupid. Like,
I spend a way. I get bored sometimes, and I'll just like look through fighters' records and that. You know what I mean? Like just scroll about. Or I'll just go back and watch like a load of highlights of people's fights and that. So, aye.
I mean,
Fair
well, yeah. Let's just get on to the final question then of the evening. We'll pop it up. Matty, I know you have a controversial take here. So,
There we go.
UFC 278 predictions:
Oh.
Usman Edwards, Aldo Marab, Costa Rockhold. Reese, we'll go for you, starting from Costa Rockhold to the left.
Oh, I see Costa getting it. I think Costa's got the power to just Rockhold, take him out.
Yeah. Go on for the Aldo Marab fight.
Aldo.
And then for the main event.
It's hard to go against Aldo. I'm hoping to see Leon win it, but I think juiced up Usman is too much.
Matta, go on. Who do you picking?
Here we'll go. So I'll start with the non-controversial one. I think Costa's just going to run straight through Luke Rockhold. I was watching Michael Bisping's thing on a BT Sport earlier. He was saying Jason Brillo said that Rockhold hasn't actually been doing sparring in camp or anything like that. So he's coming back off this layoff, making a massive cut down to 185, which he hasn't done since 2017. And, you know, he's been chinned so many times, and now he's fighting the guy with the secret juice. So I think Costa's going to run through him. Now the controversial one. I think Marab's going to beat Aldo. I can see you shaking your head there.
No.
I don't think Aldo at this point can handle under the 135 weight cut that he goes through at his older age. I don't think he can handle the pace that Marab pushes, and I think it might be quite similar to what Volkanovski was doing to him. How Volkanovski was able to keep pushing him against the cage, tire him out, and I think he's just going to grind him.
Fight?
Yeah, but I think
Aldo's
Marab's
gonna
going
punch his
to
head.
really push that pace instantly. I think Marab's just going to push that pace instantly, get close to him. He's going to press him up against the cage. And people talk about Aldo's takedown defense. We haven't seen anyone try and shoot takedowns on him an awful lot. After that massive weight cut that he's gone through, where he's obviously not going to have the same strength as he did at 145, for instance. So Merab will score maybe one every 5 takedowns, in my opinion, and I think he's going to win a decision, maybe even a split decision, but I think he's going to win a decision.
And main event.
Usman Edwards, yeah. Another controversial one, here we go, but you'll like this one. I have Leon winning by decision.
Respectful.
And I think it's going to be a case of the reach is going to cause huge problems for Usman, like it was in that first fight.
Point fight around him?
Yeah, I think he's going to point fight him, and he's going to use the kicks. Usman hates stealing with leg kicks. It's been shown before in the past. Even in the Masvidal fights, people don't like to credit Masvidal in that second fight, but he won that first round by chopping his leg, defending the wrestling attempts.
Yeah, but then it's easier takedowns, isn't it? That's how he got taken down, from a leg kick in the first fight.
Yeah, but Masvidal was able to neutralize all of that damage, all of the incoming damage that Usman was trying to throw at him.
Yeah.
I think Leon has far superior grappling. He's spent time over at AKA since that first fight, training with like Daniel Cormier and that. I really think that he's going to be able to defend most of the wrestling. I think Leon will win a 48, 47, 49, 46 decision by point fighting him.
Jamie, go on, what's your predictions?
After Jamie.
Jamie's on mute again.
Jamie, lad.
I'm here.
I think,
sorry. I think that, what's it called? So what's the first scrap? Aldo and Merab, is it?
Costa Rockhold.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can't see Rockhold getting it down, to be honest. I think that's his only chance, and even then, he's not known for his actual, wrestling abilities, more so just his jiu-jitsu whenever he gets on top, and I don't think he's going to be able to find a way. Because not only is Costa's takedown defense pretty decent, he also kind of has that Ngannou factor where he just has that pure strength to just muscle you off, especially early on when he still has that kind of, when he's fresh, it's going to be hard to get close to him. He just basically will ragdoll you about. So I think.
Sorry to cut you off there, Jamie, but I just thought I should say this. Like, we're seeing the exact same thing happen with Gustafsson at UFC London. Me, Harry, Jamie, years were sitting rings. Years were sitting in the cage with me. Like, he just, after that weight cut, or after all that time off, he just couldn't handle the punishment anymore, and he looked so weak.
Well, Rockhold has a terrible chin anyway, doesn't he?
Yeah, exactly. And Gus had a good chin in his prime. Never mind Rockhold, who's been chinned like God knows how many times at this point.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off there, Jamie. Go back.
And then Merab, Aldo, go on, what are you saying, Jamie?
It's tough. I actually see Matty's prediction being a lot more possible and probable than people think.
Yeah.
But I do have, I don't know, just going off of that Moraes fight, I think that if Merab is able to be caught like that, I think Aldo's going to be able to catch him like that, and I don't think Aldo's going to let him off the hook as much as Moraes did, and kind of, Moraes tried to, really go for that finish heavy, and he got a little bit sloppy, and he kind of got taken down, kind of like the Kevin Lee versus Barboza, where, he hit Lee with that spinning heel kick, but then as soon as he tried to go in for the kill, he got taken down. I think Aldo will be much more prepared for that if he does hurt him, so I think if he hurts him, he's going to be able to take him out in the first round. And I think that'll be it. And even if it doesn't, I think his takedown defense might hold up, but also what Matty said, he might just get pushed up against the cage and not even taken down, but just worn on. So yeah, I think Aldo's going to get the KO, but I could also see him losing the decision.
And then main event, what are you saying?
Yeah, I went back and watched that Leon fight only recently, and I do think I kind of took a decent amount from that. Obviously, he's evolved a lot, but also the Nate Diaz fight. Obviously, he had a tremendous amount of success and only got caught with one shot for basically the whole entire fight. But at the same time, I did see him fade, and I don't think Nate Diaz gave him much kind of resistance or, put the pace on too much. I feel like for the vast majority of the fight, he was just kind of sitting there getting kicked, getting punched. And I think you could see Leon kind of visibly fade going into that fourth, and especially the fifth. So I think if Usman's kind of doing his game plan of pushing him up against that fence, grinding him out and stuff like that, I think he's going to fade a lot quicker, and I think he'll probably lose a decision, and the last couple of rounds won't be as competitive.
I mean, I think we all agree on the fact that Costa is absolutely going to demolish Rockhold. I think we all agree there. Yeah.
It's a pain to see. Like, I would have rather seen Rockhold come back against, I don't know, like a Brad Tavares or someone in
Come
that
on.
lower end of the region.
The
You know what I
Pereira
mean?
fight
No,
would have
but
been
like,
good. The Pereira
Really
fight
what
would
he
have been
fought
good.
David Branch.
do you want to see people get absolutely killed? However,
Lad, he would
he's
have
been
beaten
out.
Pereira.
He's been
No,
out
no,
like
no, no,
3
not Pereira.
years, mate.
Strickland.
He's been out doing fucking Ralph Lauren modeling. Like, give him a break.
To be
Nah,
fair,
Let
he
him
would have
go
beat.
back.
He would have beat Strickland.
he
Would he
came back
though?
to light heavyweight, and then he fought fucking one of the hardest hitters in light heavyweight, and then he's came back to middleweight, and he's fighting CP.
Yeah.
It's the worst possible matchup. Like, I would have I think he would have stood more chance against Whittaker, to be completely honest with you. At least Whittaker would probably make it a technical fight. But, like, Costa's just going to walk into him, and because obviously he's been out for so long, he's going to be rusty. He's just going to get sparked out in the first 3 minutes. It's
Yeah,
obvious
he's
what's going
never
to
been
happen.
known for his boxing defense.
I'm sorry, anyone who thinks anything else is going to happen, I don't know what you're thinking
Yeah.
at all.
I mean,
think
the
you're a
only
little bit
thing you can
delusional
hope
and you
of
just
is,
hope
in terms of like,
is Top Gun.
I think in terms of excitement, I'm most looking forward to the Aldo fight because I think if Aldo can get the win here, I think this sets up the Aldo TJ fight. And
Buzzing.
who doesn't want to see
think
the
it would set
Aldo
up an
TJ fight?
Aljo fight because I think Aljo's going to beat TJ.
I don't see Aldo beating TJ. I think TJ's wrestling is too good.
I said that
Aldo's not
about
going to be able
Jan,
to
didn't
do.
we?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but TJ's
Jan's
wrestling is
takedown
better than
defense
Jan.
was impeccable. It was more so just whenever he scrambled, he kind of gave up his back. Like, you have to look at that. Like, a lot of people, I think, are thinking way too much of Aljo now because, I mean, he scraped that victory against the second fight and then also in the first fight.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I'm sorry, but it doesn't matter if you're scraping a victory against Peter Yan. You're beating Peter Yan. That's probably in top 3 one of the best fighters in the UFC, mate.
Yeah, but then he got dominated.
Versus a TJ who, I'm sorry, just didn't beat Corey Sandhagen.
Oh, here we go, the Corey Sandhagen fanboy.
I am going to start
think
this.
No.
I need to gan, but fuck it, I'm being late to wherever I need to be. Corey just, he tried to wrestle him the entire fight. He just had no success whatsoever.
What? Because he
just
had
didn't.
The difference is
you can't
Jan.
rely on his knee getting injured.
Aye, because Corey
Yeah.
busted his knee out in the first round with a
Yeah,
summer
but you
temp.
can't rely on that coming into the next fight.
But you can.
Jan is a kickboxer who knows how to
Because
wrestle.
you've
TJ's
got
a wrestler who
Aljo,
knows
who
how to
submitted
kickbox.
Corey
Like, that's the
in a
difference.
minute and a half, versus, do you really think that he's not going to be able to pull something like that on TJ? You know, he's an old, frail man. He relied on the roids for how long, didn't he? So
No.
now he's got a weaker body.
For the flyweight fight because he had to do it to make weight.
I don't want to give TJ too much stick for that because I do think that a lot more fighters are on roids, and he was just one of the ones who happened to get caught. But it's just like clearly, like I think Aljo's going to be too much for him.
Yeah, I'm saying Aldo in the co-main event. I think Merab isn't taking him down. He's just going to get his head punched in, and then the main event.
You're saying Leon? Please tell us.
Oh, of course I'm going Leon. Leon's going to smack his head in.
Yes,
Like, little head kick, everything. Going to box his head off. Leon Edwards is going to be champion when we're there next week. Simple as that. Leon Edwards will be champion, and life will be good.
Ole, 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 ole.
It's coming.
Ole, ole.
But yeah, that's all the questions we have. That's all the games we got planned. Fair play to Matty on answering all them. I don't think anyone thought you was even going to get close to what you were saying.
No,
But,
that was fucking stupid.
Yeah, that was
ridiculous.
He was on X Games mode. But yeah, Matty, Jamie, Reese, much appreciated for joining us. Been a pleasure. But without further ado, we'll just end the podcast now, and then we'll get on to maybe some in the future. But yeah, it's been great having you all.
Cheers for the opportunity. Really enjoyed it, and I'll be down to do it again in the future.
Yeah, good chatting with you.
I'll see you in the future.
Great, ta-ra.